everyone, it's Tammy with Frou-frou Studio, and I'm back today to do the 50 Stack Challenge 4. And for those of you that are new to my channel or are not familiar with a particular challenge, it is hosted by Amy at Crafty Cat. And each week she draws out 2 prompts from her little paper bag, and you're to make 2 pieces of ephemera with each of the prompts, so that when you get through with the challenge, you have 50 pieces of ephemera to use in future journals or current journals. I've already used a lot of mine in journals that I've already made and completed. So, it's a really cool challenge. So, if you aren't participating and want to, hop over to her channel. She draws the prompts on Mondays. And, I guess that's all I have to say about that. This week's prompts are envelope and fabric. So the first thing I'm going to do is do the envelope one, and I have a couple of makes that I'm going to make for that, and then we're going to do a fabric tag. So for the envelope prompt, I have actually 3 different envelopes that I'm going to use for this one. The first one is just like a card envelope that I got at a thrift store. There was a stack of them, and I think they were like 50 cents maybe, but there was a big old stack of them, and I'm going to use it as my background. So I'm going to ink it up first with some vintage photo just around the corners, because you're only going to see just a very little bit of this. And it's not a white envelope, it's kind of an off-white color. So I'm not going to worry about covering it or anything like that, because I think it's a nice color for a journal for no more than is going to be showing. So I'm just going to throw some ink on here on both sides, and I'm going to make this so that it will wrap around a journal page. With the flap, if that makes sense. So when I put it in a journal, I may end up putting something on the flap, because it's going to be on the back side and be more, you know, just plain. But for now, I'm going to leave it as is. And I have 2 of these ready. I'm going to make one that will, the flap will be on this side, and then I'm going to make one that the flap will be on this side, and that way I have one, you know, for each side of the page. And I'm going to ink this. I really didn't need that top thing inked, but I'm going to do it anyway. And I'm going to ink this, because I'll probably end up covering or putting something on this side after I determine the journal. The next thing that I have is a frame, and this is out of a Mente book that is all frames. It has all different kinds of frames in it that you can use in your journals, all different sizes and styles, and I'm using 2 different styles, so when I do the other one, you'll see a different frame than this one. And I'm just inking the inside and the outside of the frame. And then I have this picture from Sweet Pea Curiosities that I'm going to put in the frame. I'm going to have to cut it down a little bit. It's a little bit too wide, but I'm going to glue it first and then cut it. So let's put some glue on here. So I hope everyone is having a good day and has had a good week. Mine, I am filming this earlier in the week than Friday, so, which is when it'll post. But I am having a good week so far. Okay, let me trim that first. Got carried away with my glue. Should have waited till I trimmed it, but I didn't. Now I can put glue on the rest of it. And glue it to my envelope. Okay, and then I'm going to get my flap out of the way, and I'm going to cut just the sliver off the top of this so that it's a pocket. And I'll have to re-ink that edge. Just getting ahead of myself. Just a little tiny sliver so that it opens up. And then I'm gonna glue. Sorry, you couldn't see what I was doing. Duh. It helps to actually have stuff on camera. Actually, I think I'm going to go ahead and put some book page in there just so it's already done. Got some, I'm going to use this. This is French book page from a magazine that I have. It's wonderful because you can actually feel where they typed it. You can feel the print on it. Alright, where's my tear roller? I've covered up my ruler somewhere. It's somewhere, guys. Here we go. All right. And keep that for stamping. Let's see. So I want it to go this way. Get down in there. There we go. No, not there we go. Now, no, still no. Still no. Okay, I'm going to take off these other two edges. So that's not straight down at the bottom, so it's not wanting to go down in that corner. Let me take off this one too. While we're at it. Wrong way. No. I'll get it in a minute. Okay, it's gonna go this way. Okay, and then I'm gonna tear that long enough, and that's good because that'll leave me this little steer and dog part of it to use in something else. So I will save that, and then glue this down in here. And then we can continue. And hopefully I can get it down in there. Okay, let's see if I can do this successfully. It's always the tough part, getting it down in there. Come on, get in that corner. If all else fails, I'll cut it open on the other end and glue it back together. Okay, I think that's close enough. There's a little bit of white showing on the tab, but we'll live with that. Alright, and then trim. Trim this up. And then what I could do is just take a little piece of this and just cover that up, just so it's covered up. Doesn't have to match exactly. You're going to be less distracted by the not matching piece there than you would be for that white piece sticking out. You're not really gonna see that anyway. unless we decide to change the way we've got it mounted. Okay. Now I can glue this close, because it's going to be a top pocket, not a side one. Sorry, I keep pulling it off screen. Alright, so there is one envelope. Now for the second envelope, I have cut a little Tim Holtz envelope out of the Chapter 3 dies, and it makes these little cute envelopes. And it is cut out of a digital by Shabbydabbydodah. It's just a little postal digital that's got some little pretty flowers on it. And stamps and postmarks and things like that. I'm going to ink it, and then I'm going to glue it shut. Let me ink it on the inside as well. While I am working on that, I want to thank the ladies that watch all my videos and comment on all of them. You know who you are. I don't want to try and give your names, because I don't want to leave anybody out accidentally. But if you watch me every video, I do appreciate it. I really do. Okay, so now we have our little envelope, and it is going to go here. And I remember this is going to wrap around the page. I just don't want to fold that right now because the glue is still wet. And I'm going to take these little flowers and I'm going to make a like a little tuck spot out of these fussy cut flowers. I'm going to glue that to that, and then I'm going to glue that onto here. Like it probably needs to be more to this side, so that I can tuck this little envelope in here, like this. Okay, so my leaves are going to go down. Actually, I'm going to do the flower to the leaves first. And cut out this little stem. Oh, I forgot I wanted to put this little guy in here. Okay, and then I want to put this onto here, but I'm only going to glue like the bottom part so that it'll be a tuck. So if I'm tucking that in there, I just want this leaf in the bottom of this flower. And then I have this little ladybug, and it kind of fell out and landed in her hair. So when I was getting the flowers out. So I'm going to put it back up there because I thought it looked real cute. Okay, so then this will tuck in here. And you could do it either way. You could do it this way or that way. Okay? And we might leave it that way and put a stamp with a postmark on there. That would be cute. Alright, for the third envelope, I have this digital, which is a Mexican envelope, and it's like a coin envelope or a money envelope. It's a digital, and I have printed this on newsprint, so it's real thin, and it has a really cool feel to it, and I'm going to ink it. Let me get this edge. Okay, and glue it together. Ink it on the inside. And then I'm going to put these flowers on the outside of the envelope, just to kind of bring another flower element and to make it more unified. And then this is going to go in the pocket, which I didn't re-ink that edge, did I? So this will go down in here, like that. And you could even put this, no you can't. I started to say you could put that flap out, but you can't because that's going to be glued to the page. Now, you could make it where it's not glued to the page and it's a flip. That would work too. Whichever way that you wanted to do it. Alright, so now let's find a stamp, and I'm thinking green to kind of match that. Let me grab my stamps here. See if I can find a green one. That one's from India. It's interesting, isn't it? Okay, so let's glue that on there. And I'll get my postmark stamp. Maybe. Whoops. Dropping stamps. Dropping stamps in the floor. Okay, black archival ink. There we go. So that is the first one. I think that's really cute. So we have 3 envelopes for that one. And then this one is going to be similar, except it's a boy. And different frame, same envelope. So this one we're going to have the flap on this side. And I won't line this one just to save time a little bit. I can go back and do that. Get real quick. I don't know why I'm inking the inside of that. I did it again when I don't need to. Alright, let's do this frame. Just to kind of get any white pieces I may have missed while I was cutting it out. So that's my frame. And then this is the picture I'm going to use in this frame. I love this little boy. He's so cute. And this one, if I go right around the edges, we should be okay. such a cutie. Okay, and then we're going to glue him on our first envelope. Okay, and then cut our sliver off the top. Make our pocket. Alright, and here's our second envelope. Again, ink it real quick. I could have done all this inking ahead of time, I guess. Alright, and glue this one shut. I did not cut journaling cards for these, but there is a die to cut the journaling card to fit down in there, and when I put it in a journal, I will do that. Alright, so this one we're going with purple, kind of a bluish purple kind of theme on this one. And again, we're going to make a little tuck spot. So first we're going to glue the flowers onto the leaves. I don't know why I just did that. That's not gonna work. Take that off real quick. Alright, so I want this one to go kind of like that. So I need glue here. And then this is my tuck. So I need glue on the bottom leaf and here. Get this one out of the way. And then my envelope will stick in here, like that. So let's put a stamp on this one, and again, we'll go for a green. It's like, where did I set my stamp book? I just had it. We'll use that one. Put my postmark on there. Oh, now you're not gonna stick. Wipe it off. Okay, so that will go in there. And then I'm gonna ink this same envelope. I love the way this newsprint inks. I use it quite a bit because I really like the way it feels in a journal, and it doesn't, because it's thinner, it doesn't cause a lot of bulk. But it's sturdy enough to stand on its own. Okay, glue that shut. And then I have this blue flower to put on this one. These are 49 and Market flowers. I've been using them a lot lately. I really like them. The die cuts they don't have any white around them that you have to trim off. You just have to poke them out of the cardboard. And when I get mine, I poke them all out at the same time. And store them in a plastic storage envelope, so I don't have to put up with the cardboard. Oops, the cardboard that they're in getting all stuck together. I got that glue everywhere. Dropping it. Alright. So there's our little coin envelope or money envelope that's going to go down in the pocket. Oops, I missed a lot of oopses going on in there. I missed that little stem. It's going to get torn off if I don't glue it down. So that will go down in that pocket. And I have a ladybug here that I'm going to put on his little hat. His little hoodie. Like that. So there are my envelope makes, which I think are real cute. You have several options of how to put that in there depending on what kind of journal you're making. Okay, so now let's move on to the fabric one, and what I have for it is just a somewhere. What did I do with it? Didn't I have it when I first started this video? I believe I did. Oh, there it is. It's under my glue book. Okay, this is manila file folder. And what I did is I cut it on the fold, the tag. And I cut a full tag on this side and then just a partial on this side. And my idea is for it to go over a page like this in a journal, so that you have a tag here, and then on this side you have like a little tuck here. So I'm going to concentrate on the tag side right now and not worry about the tuck side, because the tuck side will have just regular paper on it. So it won't have the fabric. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to take all my little scrappy bits of fabric and lace and glue them on here. And then I'm going to do like crazy stitching all over it. So it's kind of like what you do when you make a page edge, except I'm going to do it all over this tag rather than just down a strip. I've never done this before, but we're going to try it and see how it works. So I'm going to do the fabrics first, and then I'm going to come back and do some of the lacier pieces on top. And that way I'm covering my tag with pieces. And I'm going to glue them all down with just a glue stick to begin with. And then, you know, once I stitch it, it will adhere everything, because I'm just gonna, you know, randomly sew it. So I am going through my little neutral little basket of stuff here and looking for neutral fabrics. And I didn't pull them out ahead of time. I probably should, but I didn't. So let's see what we got. This one's got a little bit of color, but I think it'll be all right. It does have a seam though. I want to cut that off. Get just that little piece. So I'm just going to cut some randomly. Hopefully get a little bit of variation in color and textures. Until I feel like I have enough to kind of cover the tag. Okay, what else we got? Got this with kind of some French script on it. Alright, let's start with that and see if we got enough. I'm just going to put glue stick all over. Just kind of randomly place these. Trying to cover the entire surface of the tag. Cooperate with me. Oops, I don't want to put that there because there's already a piece kind of like that. Okay, there's that layer. Now I'm going to come back with some of the lacier pieces. And I'm just running those kind of across my glue stick again, just so that I can get them glued down. You can see that I'm being real precise about this process. I went downstairs a few minutes ago to check on my husband, and he's fine. He's just went to check in, and he's watching. It's one of those house that made shows on Apple TV, and they were making gold leaf, and it was showing how they make it, and they were saying that it's a family that they've been making it, I guess, for years. And they make it by hand. And this guy was hammering it, because I guess you layer it up and then you hammer it, you know, till it's hair thin, like it is when you buy it. And he was slinging this hammer at it. It's in like a plastic little bundle, and you sling this hammer at it until, you know, it gets thin. And so the host was going to try it, and he asked the daughter, it's like a father-daughter type thing, and he asked the daughter, how many times do you have to hit it? And she said, well, you hit each of these packs 30,000 times with this hammer. Can you imagine? And so he said, well, can I try? And they're like, sure. And so the guy goes to pick up the hammer, and he can't even hardly pick it up because the hammer is so heavy. And this father, who has been doing it for so long, you know, made it look like it was just, the hammer didn't weigh anything, and it was heavy. He couldn't even pick it up with one hand, and this guy was just slinging it like it was nothing. It was funny. But anyway, I guess that's why gold leaf is so expensive, especially if you get some that's made like that, because that's a lot of hammer slinging. Alright, so there we go. There is my base. So now I am going to pause the video, and I'm going to go do some crazy stitching on it. And I will come back and show you what it looks like. So I will be back in just a second. Alright, I'm back, and this is it now, and you can see by the back I just let the machine go crazy and do whatever it wanted, but halfway through I forgot about my little flap on the end, so I have sewn my little flap down. So it is now not going to go over a page because I didn't pay attention to what I was doing. But we can always add a piece. And what I'm doing now is I'm just squaring it up, and then I'm going to put something on the back of it to cover up all that stitching. Yeah, started out real good, remembering that little flap was back there, and yeah, it didn't end up that way, but that's okay. We could always take another piece and put on there, put it back on there, So if I trace my tag here, because I really like the idea of it going over a page. So I'm going to take a pencil and trace my tag. And I'm going to trace the whole thing, even though I'm not going to make my flippy over part the whole thing. Now, I need to leave a space at the top that I can bend it or fold it. So I'm going to do it about right here, I think. So yeah, if you do that, don't be a ding-a-ling like me and sew over your top piece. Alright, so on the back, I think I'm going to put more of this French book page. Not on that piece, Tammy. You don't need it on that piece right now. You need it on the other piece. So let's make a little tab here. And glue that on. This way. No. How am I going to do this? What am I doing? Yeah, I need to do it that way, but I need to cut. Alright, so I need to do it this way. So let me glue that first. Now I'll cut my angles. Now I have my little flippy back. Now we need to cover this, just so the stitching won't show. And if I don't have something close by that I want to use, I'll do that off camera. It's not that critical that you see me put a piece of paper on the back of that, is it? Nope, nope, it's not. I want something kind of just generic. Is this long enough? We'll do that. So if I do it here, I could have done something to write on as well. and trace my tag on there. I made this hard on myself, guys. I should have made the tag piece prior to sewing. Live and learn, live and learn. There we go. Now we're going to glue this on the back, and I'm going to use art glitter glue just because it's going over that stitching. Okay, and then that will hang over the page, and I'm going to ink it. And I'm going to ink it with gathered twigs. Because there are just a little of couple places where you can still see the manila folder. So that just kind of knocks that down a little bit. Plus it makes it a little more grungy. So, you know, more grunge. The more grunge, the better, right? Okay. So there we go, and I think that's really cute. And you could add a focal point if you wanted at some point. But I like it being just the fabric. So when it goes into a journal, say this is a journal, then you would hang this piece over the top like that, and then that would be in your buttons. Buttons would be real cute. If you wanted to add 2, 3 buttons, I don't have any buttons over here. I just put them all up. But that would be adorable to add some buttons. Safety pins. If you have a rusty safety pin and you wanted to pin something on, I've got one of those over here. Say if you wanted to just add a safety pin in there, that would be really cute. So lots of options. I may add that safety pin. I really do like that. And maybe add some kind of little something to it. I don't know. We shall see. And that can be determined, you know, once it's put in a journal as well. So there we go. So there's the fabric make. And here are my 2 envelope makes. There's the little boy and the girl. So those will be going in future journals somewhere down the road. And I think those all 3 came out really cute. I hope you liked it. And I will see you guys back on maybe not till Tuesday unless I miraculously get another journal finished, or at least get something that is worth recording on the one that I'm going to be working on. I'm doing an all neutral kind of thing this time, and I'm real excited about the papers, but I don't have it far enough long to do video on it yet, but maybe I will by this weekend. If not, I will see you guys back on Tuesday for Color Combo 2024. Until then, everybody have a great weekend. Bye.